Hello YouTube, this is Kevin from Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. This Saturday, November 8th, 2025, starting at noon Eastern time is my last sale. That's right. I've been selling knives from my collection and other things from my collection for the past 8 or 9 years. And I only sell them to the people here on my YouTube channel and my Instagram. And I don't have a million people. Okay? And I don't make $1 million off of YouTube. Like I said, I make $100 every 3 months. Happy to have it. Anyway, so this is a love of collections. Mostly my knives, my pins, my EDC stuff. This is my last sale. It will start at noon Eastern, right here on the Keith Kevin Ken YouTube channel. We'll have 4 tables. Table 1 will open up at noon Eastern. That video is already up. On that video of all SPYDERCO knives, I don't have the prices within the video. Once I'm done with these last 2 videos, then I'll go back and put in the description the prices related to the first video. The first table, the noon table. At 2 p.m. Eastern, we will offer the second table. The second table has knives, silver, and a whole bunch of stuff. Okay? It is a 2-parter. The video is a 2-parter. So at 2 p.m., we're going to offer a lot of stuff. Those 2, part 1 and part 2, are up on this channel right now. And as I go through everything on the tables, in part 1 and part 2 of the 2 p.m. tables, I give you the prices as I talk. Okay? What you see right now is the 4 p.m. table. And when I go through this, it's knives, some of my favorite pens, great notebooks. Oh man. I'll tell you now, write down, let's see, where we have it. Is it on here? You see that? Smitherson. Whoops, where are we? Write that down, okay? That right there is a very high-end leather and notebook and everything company. You're going to see that. You see some pads right there on this table and on the 6 p.m. table. So at noon, we will start our USA only, PayPal only sale. Now, when you do, you have to have PayPal. And when you do PayPal, when you decide what you want to buy, do not use friends and families. A lot of people think they're helping you when you do that, but on this channel, don't do it. I pay all the fees and everything to PayPal. I want it as straight up as possible. Okay? First come, first serve. I will have the rules for each sale with a list, a numbered list of all the items and the prices. But like I told you, I already have the 2 p.m. 2-part table with all the prices. As I go through everything for you to look at, I also have the prices. This is the 4 p.m. table. I'm going to have all the prices. At 6 p.m., I'll have all the prices. And then I will type on the description page of all the prices for the first table, but all the knives are already there. Okay? You can order anything off the list. At 2 p.m., we'll offer the 2 p.m. tables, and then you can start purchasing from the 2 p.m. tables. You can't do that until 2, but you can continue purchasing from noon. The 4 p.m. table, the one you see right now, when that goes up, you can start buying from this table and continue buying from the others. And then the 6 p.m. table, that will start at 6 p.m. and you will be able to buy anything from the list of tables that we have. Okay? I try to make it as first come, first serve. You are allowed to buy more than one knife, or more than one pen, or a knife and a pen and all of those kinds of things. The only thing is, if you say, hey, Kevin, here's my 10 things that I want to buy off of these tables, and I'll say, they're all yours, then you will have 10 minutes to send that money to PayPal. And the email I send to you will tell you how to send it and all of that. All right? The other thing is, you may say, hey, here are the 10 items I want. And I'll say, hey, 7 of those 10 are already sold, but the 3 are available. You must be committed to buy those 3. All right? Just buy the 3. If you renege, you've set this whole sale crazy because I've been holding off other people who want those items, and you just held it up for nothing. I will cancel anything that you may have purchased already. All right? I will also stop you from purchasing anything anymore from this. First come, first serve. A lot of people have included a lot of knives and other things into their collection through the Keith, Kevin, Ken, I'll call it a family sale. Okay? The fourth table, which I'll work on later tonight and post, will include a lot of pens and pads and wallets and a lot of other things. And I'll offer mystery boxes that will have wonderful decks of cards, knives, pens, pads, and games. Believe me, the value will be there for that. I just think it's great since we're doing this for the first time around a holiday season. That box should be able to introduce people in your family or your friends to EDC, as well as just having cool stuff. This is the last sale ever. So some of you, I know I'm talking a long time before going through everything. Fast forward, get to the information you want, okay? But I want to make sure that people who don't have the information has it. Some people know that for the past 9 or 10 years that I've been posting videos of knives, the last 4, 5 years, I've been posting knives that have a number 23 on the blade. Let's see if we have one here. Probably all of these have it. You see that 23? This is 023 with a V. 23 was my SPYDERCO number. I was part of the SPYDERCO Knife Club, where I got every single knife, the 23rd one off the line, which is why I had a complete SPYDERCO collection that, knock wood, I can continue to pass on to you guys. All right? Some people love those 23s. This is your last chance to have one of those. So that's coming up. I wanted you to know that me and Michael Jordan had a lot of things in common, like the number 23. You know. He's the GOAT, and I can barely walk around the block. But we both had 23. All right, let's go through this. This is an interesting table. Let's go through it. You ready? All right. Most of these are value folders, and then I have some case knives, and then the thing that's dominating this tabletop is Opinel. I think they're interesting knives, and this will be an example of me having the collector's bug that has made my house full of 1,000 different collections. Okay. So let's go through this. We're going to start with the Ambitious. Obviously, I'm not going to have to open up each and every one of these because there are multiple knives that are on the table. I have not wiped off my blades yet. This is the one thing I use on my knives because all the knives you see here on the table have never been used. They still have the factory edge on them. All right. The Ambitious 8CR13MV steel. These are the value folders, 2.2 inches with Blk G10. The second Ambitious, exact same thing, except with the blue G10. Then we have two Insistents. Now, I have never offered the value folders for sale on one of my sales. The reason is they are very inexpensive, especially what I'm going to be charging for. By the way, I didn't give any prices, did I? Sorry, we're going to back up with the prices. I pay for the mail. When you make a purchase, by the Friday after your purchase, I will mail everything priority mail, send it to you, and that's on me. So once you do PayPal and mail, there's not a lot left, but I want you guys to have these, and I want to make sure that you share them with other people. The Ambitious, $40 each. The Insistent, which instead of the 2.2 inch blade is 2.5 inch steel, the 8CR13 MOV steel. This is the plain edge, Blk G10, $33. This Insistence, I have to reach around this tripod, which is a pain, is a combo blade. Everything else I talked about, and $33. So 40, 40, 33, 33. This is the Efficient. Again, all value folders. I started my collection with value folders. And it grew to what, 700, 800 knives, Chris Reeve Striders, Hinderers, and of course, a huge Spyderco collection. So, Efficient, instead of 2.5, it's 2.6 inch blade, $35. Everything else is pretty much the same. And this plain edge, Satin. The next Efficient, plain edge black. Everything that I just said, $35. Green G10, Satin, Efficient. Like everything else, $35. The BLK Blade, plain edge, $35. The Efficient Combo, Satin, $35. Again, the blades will really shine when I wipe them off. I'm just trying to get all of these. It's been an interesting week for me. So I'm just trying to get everything up for you guys to preview. So that's a combo blade for $35. This is a black combo blade for $35. Here's a brown GT Efficient combo. Only difference, of course, is the brown G10, $35. Those are the Efficients. So we've gone through Ambitious, Insistent, Efficient, and now we're going to go to Tenacious. Okay, let me get a little bit of water. Remember, I keep saying, I know I go long-winded. Some of you know a lot of this already. A lot of you have knives from me already. There are a lot of newer people. I want to make sure I give you the information. I used to only wait until Saturday to give you prices, but I want you to know what you're seeing and have chance to prepare a little. You can check online, eBay, all that to see what the value is. Hold on one second. Of course, like I've said, the value folders I never offered to you before. A lot of the other knives on the table, table 1, the two-parter for table 2, you will see the big savings that I added this time around, since it is the last time that I'm going to do a sale. All right, let's talk about the Tenacious. The Tenacious, a little bit bigger, 3.4 inches. That's why I love the value folders. Of course, this was my first time trying to get a collection, so I made sure I had all of the current value folders as a collection. My first SPYDERCO mini collection. Of course, I went on to have a lot of mini collections. Go check out the videos. There are a lot of them. What, over 700, 800 of them? So check those out. So here's the Tenacious. These are lightweights, 3.4 inch blade. This is the plain satin with black FRN, $45. I believe all of these are $45. Here's the black plain edge, $45. I used to have complete sets of all the value folders, but I have over the years been giving them away to some of you, as well as some people who never had a SPYDERCO and some younger people, because I'm 66, guys. When I'm gone, or when I'm not collecting anymore, which is kind of now, till we talk about some knives I said I would never buy again. So anyway, so you'll see some holes in some of these, and that's because I have given the newer knives away. And I really like the Tenacious lightweights that SPYDERCO came out with. So this Tenacious, again, $45. This is satin serrated with FRN scales. Here's the black serrated with FRN scales, $45. Remember, those are 3.4 inch blades. And then the last of the black FRN scales is a black combo. Again, 8CR13 MOV steel. They have good action too for value folders. I'll tell you, I loved collecting value folders. My very first knife over $100, which was a big deal for me, you know, because I was new to any kind of knives. And I was like, man, $100? It was the SPYDERCO Techno. And that was my first one. And of course, $100, I had 55 Chris Reeve knives. So as you could see, I started paying for a lot more than $100 on knives. But what I love about these is you use them if they mess up, you get used to everything about Spyderco. I cut myself so much with my first Spyderco knife because I didn't know about knives at all. But man, they're just at that price for the Tenacious, at least these Tenacious, $45. Here's the combo with the tan FRN scales, and then the black combo with tan FRN scales. Now, the last two Tenacious, I was surprised when Spyderco came out with these. I gave a lot of these away to you guys as gifts. People who bought a lot of knives, I slipped in their box as well. So you won't see the full range of these knives because I gave some away as gifts. This is the Tenacious, again, 3.4 inch, again, HCR 13 MOV steel. This one with the satin combo, but these last two, carbon fiber scales. I thought I'd never live to see the day. First, with lightweight scales on value folders. But when they did carbon fiber, I said, what? Good carbon fiber too. Instead of $45, the last two are $50. And here's the black combo. Again, $50 instead of the $45. And then here's an Emphasis combo. This one, instead of 3.4 inches, same steel, it's 3.6 inches, satin combo, black FRN scales, $44 for that. Now, I will tell you, I have in a box next to me a lot of things I was going to sell, and I said, this would make it good for some of these mystery boxes. So I've kept out some knives for the mystery boxes that you'll receive from me. Some Spydercos, some case knives, a lot of different knives. So there will be knives in the mystery boxes. Man, I'm just going to have fun with them. You're going to get a piece of everything, okay? Including some games, fun games, unique games, things you wouldn't expect to have in a box, and also some things you would be happy to have in a box, okay? I hope this is all making sense. I have a lot of CRKT CEOs. In fact, I think I have all of them. And this one, though, is the only one I'm offering on this table. Some of the mystery boxes will have CEOs in them as the knife. This one happened to have a black D2 blade. So this is a more upscale one. D2 steel, 3.1 inches. I love it because before I was retired, I could just put this, I even put it in my dress shirt pocket. You know, people just thought it was a pin, right? And I had a real nice little slicer. And this green micarta, just a super beautiful knife, $55 for the CEO. All right. Again, when we get to the mystery boxes, they're a mystery, but I'm trying to tell you a lot of stuff that you'll have in there. Take a peek at my card, my playing card video. Most people didn't watch it because it didn't have knives, and it's playing cards. Okay. But I have a big collection of playing cards. You'll have fun with those too in boxes. I have a lot of stuff. Some smaller silver things, as well as some other coin collections that aren't silver. So you'll get coins, you'll get all the things you're used to seeing with EDC, plus some other stuff. Now let's go through the case knives. We've done case knives in our last sale this summer. I'm going to point to them. Again, there will be a list on Saturday. I'm going to run a short video that says, for instance, at noon, it'll say, it's noon, sale starts now. On that video in the description, it'll have rules that I've talked about. It will also have all of the items on the table numbered and listed. And what I ask you to do is take the number and the name and say, it's mine. And then I'll reply, it's yours, or I'll say, sorry, already sold. Okay? So let's go through these case knives. By the way, I have a lot more case knives too. I've saved some back for the mystery boxes. All right. We have 2 medium Stockmans, $65. We have a red bone lockback for $45. We have a mini copper lock 2.7-inch blade for $55. The lockback, a 3-inch blade, and the Stockman's 3 blades for the $65. Here are the trappers. They're limited edition, 3.2-inch blade, but there's 2 blades. Things they used to deal with the animals' nether regions. But it's sharp. I like this blade, by the way. Very handy. Great action, of course. They're all slip joints. Let's see. And all of these are $45, the trappers. All right? I do have a full view of all of the case knives in my last video. Easy to look up. Just to give you an example. I might as well. Let's go through them real quick. The medium stock. Yeah, it's like, why, Kevin? The medium stock. Men. 3 blades. I'm scared I'm going to cut myself because I'm shaking so much. With nail nicks. I just cut my nails. First time in a month. So that's the Stockmans. But yeah, go check them out. Now let's talk about the open L's. French knives, they're classic knives. People use them camping, in the kitchen, and whatever. You know, when people, I think I asked you guys, or will, what would be your last knife that you keep? I've had these for, as you get older, sometimes I say, oh, it's been a year. Then I look at the year I bought them, and it's been like 20 or 15. All I can tell you is I found out about the open L's while I was collecting everything else for my knife collections and went, boy, this is cool. And so I got the collection box. Most commonly purchased open L is number 8. This collection box, kind of hard to find. They're still around, but kind of hard to find. Here's the open L's. Okay. They're real nice knives. Maybe I can put them here. So in this box, as you can see, there are 10 knives. The number 2 knife is 1.4 inches. A lot of people say, hard to use. It's a slip joint, no locking anything. I'll show you the lock for the open L. Number 3 is 1.6 inches. Number 4 is 2 inches. Number 5, 2.4 inches. Those are the slip joints in the collection. Again, these are sold everywhere. Good prices individually and with all kinds of sets and everything, but this is the complete set. Now, starting with number 6, 2.9 inch blade, then you start seeing what I really like about these knives. Okay? And the reason this isn't coming up is because of my lock. All right. So, it's not a slip joint. By the way, all of these have beechwood handles. The lock is this collar right here. Just a nice simple lock. And what you do is, see that? Look. Swip it over here, and now it's a lock knife. Just really nice. These are the stainless steel set. Unlock it. Okay. Put the blade down, and then while it's down, you can lock it too. Okay, so it doesn't move in your pocket or anything. All right. I'll show you when I get to the big mamma jammas how that lock looks. It'll be easier to see. So, 6, number 7 is 3.1 inches. And then the number 8, is this number 8? Yeah, number 8. By the way, on the collar, they give you the numbers. See that? Number 8 is the most popular. And that's because it's a 3.3 inch blade. Same difference. See that? Has the locking collar. If my hands weren't sweating under these lights. But you lock it, it'll lock. Then you unlock it with the collar, and it goes down. All right? 8 is 3.3 inches. 9 is 3.5 inches. 10 is 3.9 inches. And this big Magilla is number 12. Bigger version. You can see the number. Get a look at that collar a little better because it's bigger. You know, you slide it over, it's locked. Bring it back. Uncover it so it can go down easily. And then you can slide it over again to lock it. All right. In this collection, they go number 2 through number 12. They skip over 11. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 12. Stainless steel. Everything you can imagine about stainless steel knives and blades. The only thing is, you know, with your stainless steel and other blades, you can rinse them off and just make sure they're dry and everything. Just don't deal with those handles with water. All right? It's beechwood handles, real handles, wooden handles. So, you know, water and wood, you can warp them and do all that. But these have been for a super long time the French knife in kitchens, whatever. All right. Now, that lock is called the Viral Block Safety Ring Lock. So what is the other case? Oh, by the way, that's 12. When I was just looking it up, I always liked these. I had the 2 shoved under a table, just sitting there. I hadn't opened them in years. Then I went, oh, last sale. Let's offer them to people. And then while I was researching this 4 or 5 days ago, you know me, I was stunned to find out that there's a 13. Yeah, number 13. The big lock. So I bought it. Yeah, came in 2 days ago. Brand new that I bought because I wanted to complete the collection. And then it came in the mail. I opened it up. I even love the box that it came in. And a French box. Looking all old and everything. Just a 9 inches, buddy. And if you're saying, yeah, okay, Kevin, they did this as like a novelty in the 70s, and it still keeps selling and selling out. Sometimes hard to find, and they get it back. Just a real big knife. What would you use it for? They say, hey, this is great. You're doing a barbecue, you know, you have something on the grill, you can reach in and cut. Plus, it's a big hunk of knife. Anything else you do with a knife, you can do with this. Only in stainless. I say, had it locked? I say only in stainless because when I bought the stainless, I went, oh my goodness, what's the other box? It's the exact same thing, except carbon. This is so cool. Darker beechwood handles, but again, carbon. Which means you got to take care of the blades, which you guys know, not my strongest point. Not my strongest point. But, you know, a lot of people go camping. Even a lot of people in the kitchen love carbon blades. Super easier to sharpen. Can keep it sharp, just take care of it. Of course, none of these have ever been used, so it's a collection of these knives. I don't have the hunka 13, but this is number 2 through 12 minus that 11. Each of these boxes are $140. I'm selling for $145. Okay, the stainless steel, the carbon, $145. The big hunka blade that I bought because I'm sick and love collections, especially if somehow I can complete them. I'm looking for, where did I put the price? Did I skip it? Knowing me, I probably skipped it. I did. Huh. This is the one I said, oh, I'll figure it out later. I think I paid $140, $150 for this. Of course, it's new, obviously. Let's go. This will be $125 to you guys. Super brand new. Like 4 days old. Separate. What did I? God darn it. I should have wrote that down. Did I say 140? What did I say? Okay, listen. I'm writing it down. 135 to you guys for the big 13. 135 for 13. So you want a complete collection. There you go. If you just want the hunka, you don't do barbecuing, or this would make a good little short video or something, or impress your friends, or you have another use for it, or just like a complete collection, and of course the carbon set as well. All right, $135 for this, brand new, open, obviously, because I want to show it to you, and then $145 for each of these. All right, those are the knives. Now let's talk about these other things that I'm including. I told you, Smith, you know me and pronouncing Smithson. I discovered this when I was doing EDC every day and showing you guys EDCs and going to an office every day. And so I love electronics. I'm looking at a table full of Apple boxes. Crazy. I'll do a video on that. Maybe I'll even, I don't know what we'll do with the mystery boxes. But anyway, but I love this stuff as well, especially when you're in an office or whatever. Great gifts, great everything. This is called their wafer notebooks. Please look it up. I think they're like $50 or more. I went to eBay, sold about 35 or so. What I'm going to do is 3 of these for $65. Of course they're not written in. Look at the paper. First, the leather's unbelievable. This is a UK company from London, Bond Street, super high end. The paper is so nice. Again, pocket. Maybe it's your church, church shirt pocket or whatever. Great gifts. We're going to do 3 of them. Bright Ideas, Winning the Boss. Okay? That's 1 pack. The other pack is, again, 3. All 4 packs are $65. This one, why won't this thing? I don't understand. Anyway, Smile, Winning, The Devil is in the Details. 3, super nice leather that you'll see. Super high end. You can't get more high end. The Devil in the Details, Non-Filter, The Boss. This one, Smile, no filter, and The Boss. Just high end. Might find a couple of those in the mystery boxes as well. Each of those, $65. All right. Now, I'm going to do the ugly camera move that I always do. Hold on. To get down here, put in frame. Okay. Before we get to the pins, that if you ever watched my EDC layout, you'll see those pins, some more pins that we'll talk about when we get to table 4 o'clock, the 4 o'clock p.m. table, which I will put together, put up a picture on Instagram and community. I'll post it on community on the YouTube channel. And then it takes the most time for me to come up with prices. I research it, then I decide the family discount, etc. Remember, before we go into the pins and other things, remember, please, last sale, last chance to get a 23, last chance to get some SPYDERCO knives, last chance to get some knives you can share with people. Look at the videos. There is a complete video for the noon table. It doesn't have pricing. I will add that on tomorrow, so you'll have it before Saturday. The 2 p.m. table is part 1 video and part 2 video, okay, for 2 p.m. because there was so much stuff. Those have prices as I go through them. And then this right here is the 4 p.m. All right. And as I go through this, I'm giving you prices. Okay. USA only. PayPal only. You must have PayPal. All right. You can buy 1 item or as many items as you want. If you try for one item and I say, and by the time I get to you, I say, sorry, sold, you can come back with another item. You don't have to change your emails. In fact, it gets more complicated for me when you do that, and most of you do. But whatever, you can have a lot more. You just have to be committed to it. All right? I will pay for shipping. Everything will be shipped priority mail. And usually I say Thursday, and then I have to get back to all of you and go, I can't make it until Friday. So by Friday, all of these will be shipped. I pay all the PayPal dues. Do not do friends and family. All right? All right, family. I'm sharing everything with you. After this sale, I'll do a video of what's left over, what I plan to do in the future, and all of those kinds of things. I think it's exciting. We'll talk about that. All right. Let's get the leather stuff done before we get to all the pins. Let me just say this. If you haven't heard me talk about Schoen Design pins for the past 8 years, then you just don't watch those videos, and that's cool. They aren't the best production. They aren't the best videos. I think it's in that group of best collections, so you might want to look at stuff. It's kind of fun to see. But I found Schoen Designs made in Philadelphia, manufactured in Philadelphia, and I just went crazy. Again, an early find. He's still there. They're doing a whole bunch of other pins, and we'll talk about that. Remember I told you about those upscale, the wafer from Smithson? Well, these right here are called the featherweights. All right. Again, so freaking classy. Bond Street, just upscale. The paper is unbelievable. Ink pen or pencil. Look at the edges. These two are full size, you see? These are the wafers that I'm talking about, where I give you 3 for $65. I've added one, the old telephone book. Hey, listen. People go, I got them for what? If you're single or you're older and you're back on the market, you pull out one of these puppies. Give the person you're talking to one of these pins I'm going to offer to you. All right? And the 2 o'clock, anyway, there's going to be a lot more pins coming. And tell me if they're not impressed. 2 of those notepads, leather, the best leather you could ever think of. And then the wafer. Okay? These 3, $70. 3 Lotto ones, $65. These 3. Trust me. Google. Go to eBay, solds. We're talking $75 for each of these right here. But I'm saying these, of course, never used. $70 for the 2 plus 1. All right? And then this is super special, vintage. Actually, they're all vintage by any rules. I think I got them before 2010. Yeah, I'm old. But they're still offering these, both sizes, now on their websites and in their stores. Some of these I picked up in their New York store. I just put some packing paper in this so it could hold its shape. Yeah. Pencil bag or pen bag. Super leather. No, not faux leather. It's the real deal. I've never used it. But there it is. Just great. And that pencil bag is $125. Check it. I think it's going for $225, maybe $3. The newer versions. This is as new as you can get. I don't have the boxes for these because they were stacked up and I got rid of the boxes. Believe it or not, I kept a lot of my knife boxes. Some of them I don't have. The knives you see there have boxes. Excuse me. You know, when you're buying this and you're so excited to start a new collection or have new stuff, I'm not thinking about selling it. So that's one reason they are not, I discounted them. The other, so even before I give you the family, but I always say, check it out now so that Saturday you're ready to buy and you understand. Trust me, good value. Now let's go through these pins. Just got a little tingle with my heart nowadays. I don't know if it's the start of a heart attack, stroke, or I'm just super excited. I'm going to say I'm super excited about this kind of stuff because these are my babies. All right? They really are. I have to tell you guys now that I don't keep polishing pens and stuff. I let them naturally look like they look because these are just super made out of Philadelphia. So let's go through them. All of these I'm charging $65 for, selling them for $65. We're going to start though with this one. I love Serge Pachenko. I know I probably mispronounced his last name. I love it. You can see his logo, but it's really built in. It's kind of hard to see. But this is his brass, super well made, never used. Look, it still has the plastic on it. Just a super nice knife. I mean knife. I bought knives from him too. Super nice pen. Just excellent. Hard to find and get, and brass, $65. We'll talk about that because I want to go in order of this. Schoen Design just has this weight that I love. Okay? When I bought these, all shiny, this is brass, but they are made for patina. And I have some antique furniture and everything else. I don't touch it. It's the real McCoy. When you get it, you can do whatever you want with it. But this is super patina. They're so great. All of the pens that I'm going to show you from Schoen Design are version 1 pens. These are his first ones. Now he has version 2. I think some of them even has version 5. This right here that I'm saving for last is when he had his very first fountain pen, Pocket 6 fountain pen. This is in brass. He still has those in all kinds of different configurations. You should check out his page, his YouTube channel, his Instagram is great. Okay, let's talk about these. All right. Brass. It's the real McCoy. Has a little weight on them. No clip. It started out with no clip. You open it up. See? You can see how it came. This is the patina. Really not used a lot. But here's the brilliant part. When you screw this on, you have a full pen. All right? I just ordered a refill for each of these. So when you purchase them, they have ink in them, but I'm going to include a refill. It's coming in tomorrow. So that's brass. This is an anodized aluminum. Not as heavy as brass, but still has that weight to it. Black, anodized. See that? Again, all of these are $65. Titanium. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Again, screw on top. That's how you know it's version 1. Limited. Some of these you can't even get anymore, but he's still selling some version 1s on his website. Just few. No one has a collection like this of version 1s. All right. No clip. And then I was following him. He was following me at the time. I was doing a lot of, I bought everything I'm offering to you guys, everything I've offered for the past 8 or 9 years. I don't know anyone in the business. I don't take ads. People have asked me. I just don't take them because I'm lazy. All right. Want to do what I want to do. I probably could make more than $100 every 3 months if I did. But this was just for the love of it. Right? That's why I'm number 23. Michael Jordan had in his contract for the love of the game. They couldn't stop him from playing basketball off season. This was just for the love of the collection of the game. But then he got clips. So me being me, why I bought 2 new knives when I'm no longer buying knives. This one I'm selling, the other one I'm not. It's a Surge knife, carbon fiber. So let's go through the ones with clips. All right. So we have brass here. Again, patina. There you go. That's brass. Copper, $65. When you get these and put them in your hand, you'll know. You'll know. I think they went for $150. I think now he's selling them for $150. So this is copper. Brass, copper with the clip. Titanium with the clip. Oh, yes. Nope, I'm sorry. This one right here is stainless steel. I thought it was heavier. Stainless steel with the clip. Titanium with the clip. I just love these. Screw off, then you screw them on the back for full length. Aluminum, which is of course super light. Black anodized aluminum, a little bit more weight to it with the clip. And then I bought all of these. He threw in, this is a stand that has shown design right here. You put them in, usually they're not laying there. They have 9 holes. It's all just manufactured with care, like his pins. And this had to be 10 years ago. Must have been 10. And then he was kind enough to throw in at Keith Kevin Ken aluminum for me. So we'll have all of these individual numbered. You can get a at Keith Kevin Ken pen, never used, but aluminum, straight from the one who made them. And then he came out with this. Now, it's been 10 years. He changes. It's great because he shows you what he's changing. He moved a couple of years ago. He showed you tearing down all the machines. He explains the machines, everything. It's like a knife maker, right? But here's his pins. And so when he wanted to do a, fountain pen, and I love fountain pens. You've seen some fountain pens on the 2 p.m. table, you'll see some even more upscale ones on the 6 p.m. table. When he wanted to do one, he did that. Same deal. It's called the Pocket 6 fountain pen. This is brass. He's still selling stuff online. He goes to a lot of pen shows. He has so much respect from people. You see the patina on it. I am so proud of these. The fountain pen is $95. The fountain pen is $95. All the others, $65. And I didn't even do the base. Remember, it's him doing it. It's so well done. Stainless steel, so it has that heft to it. Thank goodness I have priority mailboxes. I didn't even do the stand price. Let's do it now. Stand, we'll do $125. If you have some good pens, so $125 for the stand, $135 for this. The stand has shown design on the side. Again, it has those marks, and then on the right, man, it's great. I can't do anything with my hands. Even when I'm young, I couldn't. I so respect craftsmen and the art of it. I just love it. I love touching it, whether it's leather or natural stuff. That's why I love knives. That's why I don't change my knives. I respect and watch a lot of people modifying knives. I love what you guys do with and the creativity, but I just love to feel what the craftsman has done. And this is a real craftsman who does these. And then he has 6 of these where you don't have to have shown design pins for a great heavy stand. So we'll do that for $125. There you have it. That's the table. Bunch of knives, a bunch of pins. Hey, take a look at the EDC stuff because I just used it to show combinations of great knives. I have some silver coins that I would always have in my pocket for good luck. And they brought me good luck. I bought them from 20-something dollars and sold them for 50. A bunch of them, several times. Anyway, but you'll see the pins and I talk about them and all of that. So there you have it. You know, we have some value folders and then we have some pins. These are great knives. I would consider these as my final knives. I mean, just think, you know, I could stack these and just use them all-purpose knives. Just fun, too. And then, of course, the big Mama Jama. This is a unique, vintage, wonderful. You guys look it up. You'll see what kind of company this is. That's it, you guys. Last sale happens this Saturday. I'm doing what I do. Not sleeping a lot, but putting together the tables. I think the mystery boxes that'll be on a 6 o'clock table are going to be unbelievable. They're the mystery boxes from Kevin of Keith Kevin Ken. And so you'll get a little taste of a lot of great stuff. And I'm playing around. I don't know yet on the 4th table. I'm thinking we may even have some real video games and video consoles. And then most of it will be mystery boxes at certain prices. I'm looking at 10 at a lower price over hundreds. You know, it'll be hundreds. But a smaller and then a larger, maybe $225. You'll see. I'll give you a good price and know what it is. I'm going to start with 10 each, so there'll be 20 mystery boxes, but they're mystery boxes, so, you know, we can go over those. You won't get sorry they're sold out. All right. And I'm going to play around with them. I love you guys, and I don't, yeah, hey, look, I'm a man, so you know what I'm saying. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Man, kind of. Like, I love the Cleveland Browns. I don't know why. Let's not go there. I might use one of these knives on me. No, YouTube, that's a joke. I love myself way too much. But here you go. This right here is table 4 p.m. table. You'll be able to start buying 4 p.m. table, but even that, you'll continue to buy 2, continue to buy noon. These are great gifts, but also great for your collection. I appreciate you guys. Use that fast forward stuff. I'm trying not to rush through. I want you guys to have time. I also am giving you prices for everything. All right. Take a look at the first table. I don't have the prices on that. I will type all that up tomorrow after I get done with the 6 p.m. table. And so I will have those on Friday. So you'll have all the prices already so you can prepare for Saturday. Join us. Good luck and thank you. Goodbye.